Here are 4 signs that job offer is a scam, and I don't want you to make that mistake, my friend. Congrats, you're hired. All you gotta do is fill out this form. Name, email address, mailing address, and banking information. I was a victim to this. Even if you're desperate, please don't accept a job offer if they have these 4 glaring red flags. Number 1 is if the application process or the hiring process in general just felt too easy. 20-minute interview, you get in, they're happy, they're smiling, you're moving on to question after question, they're passing you on to somebody else, and it just all feels really easy. It might make us feel good in the moment, like, man, I'm a killer, I'm a champion, they can't get enough of me. But from my experience, anything too easy usually means the reward isn't gonna be that great. A couple other red flags is like if you go into the interviews and you don't even get to see them in person, if everything is through Zoom, replying back to you through email, and it's digital, if it all felt too easy, that should be red flags, my friend. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Work Happier podcast with Shodawan. I know you haven't seen my face in a while, but that is gonna change very, very soon. I'm back on our podcast. You'll see weekly episodes with me and my team. And we're really just excited to help you out in your career in 2025. If you have any questions, if you have any submissions, please send it to support@workapp and we're happy to answer it. The second red flag, which might be the biggest red flag, is if the email address is suspicious. What do you think is more suspicious? If you got an email from my team from show@workapp.com, or if you get an email from my team from show.workapp123@gmail.com. If they're emailing you from @Yahoo, @Gmail, @net, anything that's not at their actually company, chances are it's a scam, my friend. The third thing, another glaring one, is if they're asking you to pay for equipment, if they're asking you for any money before you get the job, no reputable job will ever ask you for money, for you to pay for your equipment, for you to pay for your chair, none of that. This is a job, right? You should be getting paid to do work for them. Well, you gotta pay for this upfront and we'll reimburse you. Please, huge red flag. And the fourth one is if they ask for sensitive information during the hiring process. This is something that I actually haven't told anyone before. I was a victim to this. At the time, I was 17, 18 years old. I just wanted any job. I see this great job posting listed on Craigslist. Already a red flag. But anyway, job listing. Easy job, $10 per hour. All you need is internet and a laptop. An 18-year-old me was like, that's perfect. I can do that job. I did what any 18-year-old dumb kid would do, and they sent an application that says, I can do that job. What do you need from me? That person emailed me back without even an interview, said, congrats, you're hired. And obviously that should be another red flag. A recruiter, hiring manager, whoever it was, scammer, said, all you gotta do is fill out this form. And this form had name, email address, mailing address, and banking information. That should have been the most glaring red flag in the world. But of course, 18-year-old me filled it out real quick and shot out the email, only to realize 30 minutes later that this is probably a scam and I probably just got... So don't make that mistake, my friend. If they're asking for any sensitive information, don't make mistake of 18-year-old dumb show. Please protect yourself. Luckily, in my case, nothing happened to my bank. Everything's fine. But I think in today's age, scammers are ruthless. Scammers are even more savage and savvy. So I just don't want that to happen to you. The last thing that I want is for you or anybody in this world to get scammed by a job offer, especially when you want one and you're vulnerable. So I really hope this episode helped you guys. If there's any other red flags that you have seen that you think we can inspect, you can let me know through DMs or through email at podcast@workapp.com. But we just really want to make sure that you're safe out there. So hopefully you learned a lot from this podcast. I will see you next week at our Work Happier podcast with Shodawan. Take care, my friend.